Hey, everybody. Good morning. Hope you all had a fantastic break. I am thrilled to be back at it. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready for structure and to get back into the gym and create some habit stacking for the new year. I want to shout out to the any of the fans of Ole Miss. Becky, I bet everybody there is going wild. Pretty awesome game last night. My husband's a Georgia fan, but all that to say is that's pretty awesome for them in that program, which is pretty cool. So it was a great game. But all that to say is congratulations to all of the Ole Miss fans on the call. I know that y'all are pretty pumped this morning and maybe a little bit tired, but I wanted to lead this morning with a quote by Gary Keller, and I'm going to say this twice. Let me get back in here. Hold on one second. I'm going to say this quote twice just because I want to make sure y'all are following what he's saying. But Gary Keller posted this on the 23rd, and it says, you need to be doing fewer things for more effect instead of doing more things for side effects. I'm going to say that again. You need to be doing fewer things for more effect instead of doing more things for side effects. What do you think he's saying here? What is the message he's saying? You're to do fewer things for more effect instead of doing more things for side effects. Somebody unmute and tell me what you think he's saying here. Everybody's not awake this morning. It's totally fine. What he's saying is what I find most often with real estate agents and entrepreneurs. We try to do 5,000 things and therefore we get nothing done. Instead of, if we focused on one thing, move the needle on that one thing, then we will have much more success and impact than trying to do it all. And so it goes back to that same quote. And this is, you're going to hear me say this a lot. Diluted focus equals diluted results. And if all of you have your 411s, if you don't know what a 411 is, ping me. I'll do a training on it. Or somebody in the office will do a training on it. But my question to you is based on that quote, what does your 411 currently look like? So in each bucket, in your job, in your business, or your job in your business, and in your financial and your personal, how many items do you have listed? And if you have something more than one item, one or two items, we need to reset that 411 today to make sure that it is just one thing. So how do you simplify as an agent to make sure that you get the greatest amount of impact? It's to do one thing, crush that one thing, hit that one goal before moving on to the next one. And so I want to make sure, number one, if you don't have your 411 already done, you're behind. Not trying to tap dance around that lightly. I'm just going to tell you, you need to get that done today. So I want to know, what is your one personal goal, one professional goal that you have to hit, and that you're committed to, or you have decided that you are going to be relentless in pursuit of that goal. So for me, it's 200 families served for the Lacing Group. So we're going to serve 200 families, which means I have to do 17 closings a month. And in order to do 17 closings a month, what is the amount of appointments that we have to hit? Which means I was in the office yesterday making calls. I know there's some people in Mississippi doing the same, but all that to say is I know exactly what I need to do, and I cannot do anything else until I do 200 units. For the office, it's net 60. So, and that's a whole nother strategy that I'm not going to go as much into, but I want everybody to understand that I have to close 17 units a month with the team, or I need to recruit more people to join the team so that I hit those goals, or get more leads to get my people into more production so that we can serve 200 families. So while I have 5,000 other things to do, my number one priority in the morning is to get the appointments to get to 200 units. And so that's on the professional side, right? On the personal side, my goal is every morning to get my kids up by 6 o'clock so that we can win the morning together as a family, i.e. we're going to read for 20 minutes. We're going to read a devotional together. And then after that, they're going to do something to move their bodies, as will I. Hopefully I'll already have that done. And then from there, we're going to crush the day. So my question to you all is, have you done your 411? And if you haven't, this is no judgment. I'm just saying by the end of the day, I want one item in each bucket and only one. If you have done your 411 and you put some thought into this for prior planning, what is the one thing you need to do? You can hit it in the chat or you can unmute yourself. Or while you're thinking about that, I'm going to also bring this up. Does anybody know what the vision and mission is for our office? It sits on the back wall. It says create, develop, inspire. The first pillar is create six-figure earners. The second pillar is develop empire builders. And the third is inspire community changers. And it's in that order. And why is it in that order? And I want to speak to that really quickly as well. In order for y'all to make the greatest amount of impact, I need you to do six figures. I want you to hit six figures. And so when you hit six figures, then you can develop your empire, i.e. your wealth portfolio, right? And so how can we reinvest your money so that then you can build a wealth portfolio or a retirement portfolio so that we can then create generational wealth and create a retirement portfolio for our families to make sure that if something was to happen, your family and loved ones are covered. And then the third pillar is community changers. And that is massive impact in the community in terms of giving and giving big. That's why the pinnacle point of MREA is to give $1 million, right? So we've got to, this is no different than MREA. If I was going to put this in a foundational model, at the bottom is I need to get you to six figures. The second piece is I need you to build wealth, create a retirement strategy and a wealth portfolio. And at the very, very top pinnacle point is giving and giving big. Right. And that's called freedom, right? When you have a freedom number and you've hit the freedom number, i.e. passive income to support your active income, then that is when you can give quite a bit of money away to things that are important to you or set up your estate or whatever it may be for you and your family. So I'd love for you to unmute yourself. I want to know what you hear me saying. I'm going to read that quote one more time just so you have it. It says, Gary Keller says, you need to do fewer things for more, for more effect, and you need to do more, you need to do fewer things for more effect instead of more things for more side effects. So I'd love to unmute yourself. Somebody tell me what your one thing goal is, or somebody share with me what you're hearing from this conversation and how can we regroup?
What I'm hearing from this is buckle down. The main thing is your 20%, and your 20% is lead gen.
Yep.
Everything else looks shiny, but lead gen is aggressive and it gets the job done.
I love that. And what's your goal this year, Ashley, personal or professional?
My goal this year is to do 50 units, increase my price point, and focus on my three pillars, which is expireds, database, and social media.
I love that you brought expireds up. When was the best day for expireds, you guys?
Yesterday.
And today, right?
And
So
today. Yep.
let's get after it this morning. I love that. So 50 families served is your goal this year.
Yep.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, buckling down and making things simpler in a world that makes everything more chaotic is going to make your business grow, and it'll help you impact and move those numbers very quickly. And if you do that, if you're doing 50 families served and you can get that done before November 1st, then you could take that time to build wealth for yourself, because when you're doing 50 units, you're making six figures, right? And then November and December, we can create a wealth strategy plan so that you can go into the next bucket of, creating, develop, and then obviously inspire. So I love that. Who else?
How you doing, Sarah? Happy New Year.
Good morning, Alicia. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Keep those posts coming too. I love your videos. Go
ahead.
Oh,
thank you. I'm serving 12 families. I'm closing 12 units this year, 3 a month, and that's the end of the story. Personal goal, I am developing my prayer life this year. That's what real estate has done for me this year. Helped me understand that I need to develop that and deepen it. So those are my two goals, personal and professional.
Can I coach you for just a second? Are you okay?
Yeah.
If I ask you a few questions. So 12 units, that needs to be somewhere visual that you see it. When you say develop your spiritual self, what does that look like to you on a daily or weekly or monthly basis? Like, what's the activity behind the development?
There's a guy, I'm doing a guided prayer. I'm doing the Bible recap with Sarah Lee Cobble. And that's my first thing in the morning before I even hit those 4 miles at the park.
Get it. I love it. Very purposeful. Awesome job on that. And starting the morning off right, which I know you do. So you're taking that time for yourself, spiritually, and then your health, and then getting after it for the day. I love that, Alicia. Who else?
Hey, Sarah. I'm going back to the basics and just focusing on lead gen. That's my number one priority, and make sure I just stay in contact with people. They need to hear my voice. I've been doing a lot of like using Twilio and texting and stuff like that, but and it works. But I do want to make sure I have communication with people. So that's my yeah, that's my goal for this year. And as far as business and personal, I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on my health journey and things of that nature.
Hey, I would love for you on both of those. So on your, I love that you said hear your voice. Like that's a contact, like a true voice to voice contact. I'd love for you to set a goal for yourself for how many you want of those a day. Right. So feel free to text me on that one, and the same thing on the health side. What is the metric for that for you? I know that's been a focus of yours, and I want to be able to help you along the way so that you can meet those markers. But I think what you just said is critical, that I need everybody to understand. What are most agents and most people in the world doing right now? They're sending what? Emails, social media posts, and text. That seems very transactional and not relational. I don't know about y'all, but if somebody takes the time to write me a handwritten note or pick up the phone and call me and truly ask me, how my day was and what's going on in my life, and it's truly like a care call, you don't get that a lot anymore, right? And so that's how you're an outlier. So you've always got to look at it as salespeople, like, how are you going to be an outlier? And Tijuana, to your point, you nailed it. How do you make sure that you gain relationships, i.e. contacts and phone calls, so that people can start to form a relationship with your voice? Ashley Edwards, same things applies with expireds. If they don't pick up the phone, leave voicemails. Like, help them understand, y'all, you're not a bot. You're not a chat bot, right? We're not robots. We're human beings that we're here to help. One thing I realized yesterday as I picked up the phone and started making calls, I was like, I don't need to make a sales call. I need to make a relational call, and I just need to tell them Happy New Year, and I pray that you have a prosperous year, and this is what I'm leaving on their voicemail. And if you're in the market to sell or buy this year, we'd be honored to help you and serve you. That's it. Like, I don't need to do a hard press. I don't need to try to convince you. Like, but I'm here. I'm going to keep calling you. I'm going to keep circling back and checking in. And when you're ready, I want to be your go-to, because I want a relationship, not a transaction. I love that you said that, Tijuana. Thank you for bringing that to the call. Who else? One more before we wrap it on up. We have to simplify. And so my homework for you all right now is, if you do not have one thing in the buckets of the 411, I want you to get off this call. You got 30 minutes before you can hit the phones at 9. I want you to just put one thing, and it doesn't have to be perfect, in those buckets. And then we can work this weekend on the activities it takes to do the one thing. But until that one thing is completed, I don't want you having 5,000 other things on there. Like, I know 17 units a month I have to close. That's it for me on that side. And then I know that we have to net 60 agents in the year for the office. So all that to say is, I'm very clear and I'm simplifying it. And the reason I just said this to the ALC, I don't care what the noise is right now. Like, what I mean by that is, everybody wants prediction on the real estate market. That's what everybody wants to talk about. The reality is, we can't predict anything. What we can do is control how we show up for our clients in the relationship. So instead of us trying to predict, it's going to, like it was last year, and just say, hey, it's going to be another hard year, but hard is not going to define me, and I'm going to control the year, because this is my one thing, and nobody's going to stop me for the relentless pursuit of that one thing. Do not let the noise distract you from the game. All right, everybody, that's all I got this morning, bringing it in pretty hot. I am going to do my lead generation as well today. Those of you that are interested in commercial, we have a call today at 11. If you'll send me, Linda or Leslie a text, I'd be happy to have you on the call. His name is Bo Farber, is coming to the call. If you're not a KW commercial agent, we just ask that you keep questions so minimal before you've gone through like all the robust training. However, I do want you on the call to listen because I think you'd learn a lot just listening to what this man is going to share about multifamily. So that's going to be at 11. If you want the link, text Linda, Leslie, or myself, and we'll get that out to y'all. All right, y'all, make it a blessed one, make it count. Appreciate you. Bye. Happy New Year, everybody.